Our first guest tonight is the Democratic nominee for President of the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Senator from the great state of Illinois, Barack Obama. Come on out, Senator. How about that?
That's a nice greeting.
Good group. Always a good group. Please have a seat.
Boy, the band was cooking.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Senator.
The band was on top. I got orange behind me.
Yeah. Oh, it's a big night. Let me let me ask you a question here. Have you ever actually put lipstick on a pig?
You know, whoops. The answer would be no. But I think it might be fun to try.
Do you I know the reaction to that was you are overreacting. You stand by that?
Absolutely. Yeah, look, this is, if you, this is sort of silly season in politics. Mm-hmm. Not that there's a non-silly season in politics. That's right. But it gets sillier. Right. And, you know, it's a common expression in at least Illinois. I don't know about New York City. I don't know where you put lipstick on here. but in Illinois, the expression connotes the idea that if you have a bad idea, in this case I was talking about John McCain's economic plans, that just calling them change, calling it something different, doesn't make it better. Hence, lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig.
Now, what I like about this scenario is because they demanded, the Republicans demanded an apology.
Yes, they did.
So that means there had been a meeting at some point, somewhere along the line.
All of them.
Yeah. They got together and they said, you know what? He called our vice presidential candidate a pig. Well, that seems pretty unlikely, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind that technically, had I meant it this way, she would be the lipstick. You see.
Well, you're...
But now we're...
I don't know. You're way ahead of me.
Yeah. The failed policies of John McCain would be the pig.
Now, do you feel like for the last week and a half, last 2 weeks, that the campaign...
I mean, you know, just following the logic of this illogical situation.
Following the logic.
Yes,
the fact that we're talking about this now, do you feel like within the last week and a half or so that there's been, you're derailed a little bit and now you're campaigning against not necessarily the Republican tickets, but John McCain, not him, but Sarah Palin?
Well, look, there's no doubt that she's been a phenomenon. I mean, you know, as somebody who used to be on the cover of Time and Newsweek, you know,
those were the days.
Those were the days. I had a recent offer with Popular Mechanics. They
take it. Take it.
Centerfold.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a wrench. Yeah, but no. Look, she's on a wild ride, and there's no doubt that she's energized the base.
안녕하세요, 카라입니다. 국내 최고의 게임 회사 NC소프트의 음악 서비스 오픈을 진심으로 축하드립니다. 이번에는 저희 카라가 평소에 즐겨 듣는 노래를 소개하는 음악 채널 코너에 참여하게 되었는데요. 축하. 네. 많이 오셔서 함께 들어주시고 카라 노래도 많이 사랑해주세요. 다시 한번 NC소프트의 음악 서비스 오픈 정말 진심으로 축하드립니다.
I am deeply sorry for my irresponsible and selfish behavior I engaged in. I know people want to find out how I could be so selfish and so foolish. People want to know how I could have done these things to my wife, Elin, and to my children.
If I wasn't, this would probably never work.
Well, it's huge conglomerates, isn't it? I mean, the metaphor is is right out there. It is it's globalization, you know.
Global warming is a crime for which we are all guilty, from our cars to our homes and our workplaces. We are all releasing carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, thus raising the temperature of our planet. If we don't do something about it now, this change in our climate will unleash irreversible damage.
We had a chance to talk to Susan Boyle, who sang in the choir, went to acting school, auditioned for producers, and then got that transcontinental standing ovation. So, Susan, what a sensation this is. Do you wake up every morning now with a smile?
Well, most mornings with a smile, yeah. I can't believe it's happened.
You grew up with a lot of depression and anxiety and bullies, you said, who targeted you a lot at school?
Well, they did a bit, but they always do that with someone who's quiet. I tended to be quiet at school.
And do you think they were watching? Does it give you some pleasure to know that they had to know what you did?
Well, they've turned round and they're nice now, so we'll move on from there.
Oh, right. You also said to everybody that you had never been kissed.
No comment. Don't want to talk about that. Don't want to talk about that.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. And if you win, there's quite a bit of money. What will you use it for?
Well, it's just baby steps at the moment. We shall see how things progress.
Are you superstitious?
A little.
That is fair. Okay, now just turn around for me, if you will, because behind you, I think you've got some cards from well-wishers. Can you just tell me what one of them says?
One from my sister. Well done and good luck. Well done and good luck.
All right.
That's from my sister.
From everybody in the United States, well done and good luck.
Thank you very much.